What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. This is the Off Throttle podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Patrick McGlinchy.
I am Vincent Paul with Vincent Paul Rides. On this podcast, we talk everything E-Moto related, life, family, drama, socials,
Yeah,
everything.
we keep it real and we talk. We always start a podcast out with talking about E-Moto, and then we move on to other stuff, whether it's last week we talked about UFOs and aliens and
stuff. Talked about UFOs, aliens, conspiracies, gym routines. Covered a bunch of good stuff last week.
I was going to talk about last week, but the Zaber from Segway,
Futuristic guy.
Yeah, the new Segway, what I thought was an Ultra B size bike, but is actually this probably very similar to the size of this or the XE Pro R Arctic. So a little bit larger than an ultra lightweight E-Moto, but a almost mid-size because I think it's like 180, 190 pounds.
It's about the standard weight nowadays. I mean, I think there's only one bike in the 150 class that I can think of, but yeah, about 180 to 190 is about average now.
Yeah.
What's the delay with Segway? What happened?
I know that they had a mutual thing. They came together. And with Surron, and I think they bought shares in the Surron and something happened. I don't know exactly what. And it disintegrated and went to what, I don't know. I don't know if it was like Segway's side or what, but they have made other bikes in between. They made it like a Dakar bike that they used for like a long distance challenge, I think, for the Dakar. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's like a long distance thing, like race in like the Arab Emirates or somewhere over there.
So like their version of a Baja 1000?
Yeah, very similar type of thing, but it's even more intense because it's all desert out there. So it's very high heat, high intensive things. They made like that bike, but I don't know if it ever came to the public or if it was limited or if it is available. I've never really looked too deep into it. They reached out to me like 4 weeks ago, and they also came to the warehouse and talked to Nate and them. And I think it's a pretty good bike overall, and the Segway name has me wondering, but the appearance I'm not the biggest fan of. And then they have a break-in period. Bless you.
Thank you.
They have a break-in period that is like 63 miles.
Until what? God damn it. Okay.
So they have a break-in period that's like 63 miles.
So what do you change?
It unlocks the bike further, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well,
but why doesn't something electric have?
Maybe it's more of a, let me make sure you know how to ride for 63 miles, and then we'll unlock you.
Vincent's over here having a sneeze attack.
It's the bees, dude. Bees
There's
in here.
no damn bees. Maybe you're allergic to my dog. Well, that'd be weird.
No, I mean, your dog is short-haired, so is the boxer, so I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I'm also finding out I'm allergic to random-ass things nowadays.
Yeah.
So
it's all the chemtrails.
Chemtrails and kiwis.
Yeah.
It is.
So you're not allergic to Australians, just
I might be.
New
I don't
Zealanders.
know. As of last
Kiwis.
year, I wasn't, but I ate a kiwi last week and found out the hard way. I'm now allergic, which doesn't make sense. I didn't know it could happen like that.
So weird. But yeah, the Zaber, I think it's also like the cool thing about our part of the industry is it's like a little bit more technologically advanced than regular motorcycles in a sense. But this is like pushing its limit, and how they're doing it is a little different as well. Like the power modes are like 100, 150, 200, and 300. Those are the modes. So super strange in that aspect. And then it has traction control, which could be cool, but with these, I don't know. It would just depend on the
application, really. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like you would use it if you're trying to climb a really steep hill, but I don't think I'd find myself trying to climb something overly steep on an e-bike.
And then it has a clutch off of like, I'm trying to think of what bike besides like a Gixxer has like a high beam flash type thing, and it's like a basically a little trigger on the little cluster.
I kind of feel like
plastic
it's
thing.
standard, like on all sport bikes. I think it's universally like there, like the little
Nope.
trigger.
Nope.
I can't remember on the R1. I feel like it
R1
was.
didn't have it.
I don't remember what the button was. Was it just a toggle?
There's no flash. Like on the back of the Gixxer, it has like
Like
a
a
button,
trigger.
like a trigger button that you just is for flashing the high beams, which I've never really understand. Like why?
I don't know. I do it all the time, Doug. If it was so easily to grab, I'm like, yeah, I'll use it.
Just the look of it, the features and stuff, and then like the handlebars. There's like this weird, like I don't know. It's like shaped like an oval, and then it's got like two holes, and then the screens in the center recessed in, and it's not padded, so I don't really understand it. Like pull up like Segway Xaber, like with a Z or a C or a Z or an S or something. Like it has a weird thing to it. It looks like an Autobot or a Decepticon or a Transformer of sorts. Somebody I saw said it looks like something from like the game Halo.
I can see a little bit. It does look more Transformer-y. Yeah, the headlight's kind of obnoxious on it.
Yeah, it's got like a clear thing with an X headlight. This is kind of like Segway's thing. Have you seen their like Super 73 style pedal bike? That's something they have as well. Is like a little X thing, and then the tail light's a tiny little X, like about this big, on the E-Moto. It's pretty strange.
I don't know. It looks interesting. Doesn't really. I don't know. It just doesn't really scream anything crazy to me.
And it's 72 volt, 44 amp hour, so it's got probably decent range, but it's not. I don't know. It's coming brand new in the market, so it has the features that are different and new and a different style. It's kind of changed, but it's just like they took like a Surron or an Ultra B and like added some extra angles and their own flair to it, which is kind of something we talked about on the last podcast. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that I think it's around 20 kilowatts. I don't know. It might be 18, but
I feel
it's
like
hard to say.
if they put, I don't know, more features in the interface or like a controller interface we haven't seen before or something, I really feel like they could stick out. But other than like what I'm seeing, it's like it doesn't really like.
It does have an app.
See that's a nice thing to have, like the High Cycle app for Altis. It's like dog water.
Well, it's not even intended for that. Why it even exists, I don't even understand. I've done a better job of telling people not to use the app versus Altis. Like it should be big, bold somewhere on Altis' website. Do not use the High Cycle app. But people, for some reason, do, and they see an update, and then they brick their bike.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's having, I don't know, just being able to diag too over the app is going to be able to help a lot. So that would be pretty nice.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, the tech is cool. It's just more it looks very tech focused and cyber trucky like audience compared to you look into E-Ride. It's very performance oriented. Like
yeah.
it has some bells and whistles, but it's not like traction control. Like what not really needed, but it's a cool feature to have. Like I don't really find myself needing a traction control unless we're doing the drag races. It's the only time where like if it would limit how much lift the front wheel would give me and just keep me down and planted, maybe that would help. But lift control, if anything, would be a better option.
Oh, and it's gonna have a wheelie control thing,
Like
too.
a Moxin kind of thing.
Yeah. Whoa, we're going to stop it right here really quick. This is brought to you by our sponsor, Vincent Paul Rides. Where's he looking? What are you doing?
Looking for our sponsor, dude.
Oh. Vincent Paul Rides and me. Guys, we don't have a sponsor. I just lied to you.
Yeah. We have affiliate codes. It's kind of a sponsor.
Yeah, you go to revrides.com /nothing, but revrides.com and purchase a bike or a part. What are your codes?
I got Team VPR, save you guys 5% off. I've got it in the description.
Yeah, I'll put it in the description.
I've got multiple ones.
Mine's for percentage off is PHAT Fat Pat, and then if you buy a bike and you want to add handlebars or foot pegs or whatever, or gift card, whatever the gift card is that matches on the site, and use Fat Pat 1, so PHAT 1. I'll put it all in the description as well. Check out VincentPaulRides.com. It's actually technically available. It just says nothing right now.
It is. It's just like you need a password to get in, but we'll be live soon. I've got our first merch design that's going to go live, so I got to get test samples before it's up and live.
Nice.
Some stickers, some keychains, some other merch things.
He just needs to decide on the stickers.
Yeah, pretty much. There's a couple designs in the works.
And then I have a website too. It's PM Print Lab. There's not a ton of eMoto stuff on there, but there is, like, if you're into two-stroke scooters or Super 73s, or if you have a Tesla, there's some stuff on there. Go ahead and check it out.
So yeah, if you guys want to support us, all the links will be down below. Anything helps. Please like, hype, comment, and subscribe. It helps more than you guys will ever know.
I don't know.
What are your thoughts on that? Like, what do you think of the wheelie mode?
I hate it, but I like it. The thing I like about it is it gets people more into the sport, more into the wanting to potentially learn how to really wheelie. You know, it gives them that mindset, but it also doesn't teach you anything. I think it's useful, right? So let's just say you never wheelie before. You want to learn how to stunt ride. The one thing that we did back in the day at the lot is we would lift you up and put you at balance point to where we're barely putting any pressure to hold it in place, and they would hold the brake or hold the brake with their foot. And we're like, this is balance point. You can go farther back, and we would show them you can go farther back. You can go a little bit further and it would get heavy. But this right here is balance point. Now, this isn't exactly because you have forward momentum, so there's a little bit of a change.
Yeah.
But this window is where you need to stand, and it kind of gets you in that mindset of being like, okay, I need to be way higher. Because, like, when you're learning, you're like, oh, I'm doing so high. And, you know,
you're
because,
like a foot off the ground.
Because the thing is you're automatically pushing yourself forward, so then the handlebars are seeming high, and you're doing all the bad things. So if you could just flip a switch and go, boom, into a wheelie, and now you understand, you can kind of figure out like that side to side movement. You have a little bit more understanding of it.
Yeah.
And that's cool. But what I see, like, moving forward is people are going to use it like they're some cool guy thinking they're badass or whatever, but it's only going to stand out like that you're using it.
I just kind of feel like it's going to cause some problems in some ride outs for sure, because there's going to be, even if you master, like, just full pin it and balance the whole ride, if somebody goes down, like, right in front of you, like, you're not going to have time at all, like, to react. So, like, at least if you're actually doing a real wheelie, you're focused on where you're at, you're focused on the throttle control and everything. You kind of have more eyes on what's going on compared to once it's automatic, you can just pin it and you're not really paying attention to what's going on. You're kind of looking around and stuff, and that's where I can kind of see it being a problem. The other thing too is just going to be super obvious. So, like, people that comment the like poser aspect of it, like, I can kind of see it. Like, if you're trying to go out there and do all these crazy, like, tricks or whatever and try to hide that you're not using a wheelie controller, like, that's kind of lame. But at the same time, no problem if someone's out there doing a wheelie next to me, like with the wheelie at Moxin or whatever. It's just, you'll be able to tell, like, if they're not even moving their wrist, I'm like, oh yeah, he's using a wheelie controller or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I like that. I like how EBMX does it. There's a lot more adjustability and a lot more into it versus the Moxin is just like adjust the angle. That's it.
Yeah.
That's where it ends. With the EBMX, more advertised as an anti-loop device. I think that the technology is great, but I don't know, that the antic from one wheel. Bike is pretty cool. I like that because it's small, it's compact. That's like a beginner, fun oriented, like not too dangerous situation bike.
Yeah.
It's cool. I can see that having like a cult following over the years.
For sure.
Because it's just small and
Throw
it's
them in
like
the back
mini
of your
bike
car and
size.
stuff
Yeah.
and just
I'd
travel.
love to get one of those.
Yeah, that'd be
honestly.
sick.
That'd be sick.
Like that makes sense for wheelie mode, like those size bikes and like the Rizzlers and stuff like that. Because it's just about having fun. Like that's all it is. But then I forgot what brand it is. It's not like Hey Bike or something, but it's a similar company. The unit's only $1,200 and it comes with the Moxin, and that's a pretty good deal. Like
Yeah,
to get
my buddy
a wheelie.
Trevor did a video on it just recently on Mop Boys.
Yeah, that like it would be. That makes most logical sense because it's just like the controller alone. If you try to put on anything else, is like $800. So for 400, you're getting a whole like unit more. That would make sense, but it's not I'm against it or not against it. It's just relying on the controller to keep you from looping is just only going to go so far. Like, what if one day your battery surges or something like that, and you have no training on how to like save it or use the rear brake to put the tire down? That's the only part that I can see might get some people in some jams. Like if there's a technical failure while in wheelie mode.
I don't know. I'm just mixed feelings about it overall. I think that it will be good, but it'll be bad, and it'll be great. Just like, I mean, give that to anything, obviously.
Yeah, so Kyvex, they're coming out with some pretty cool stuff. They got an option now for total Light BX frame, swing arm. Looks sick. I definitely want to get my hands on one. It's just I'm not ready to do a full build yet. So I'm gonna wait a little bit.
So you don't have like 18 grand laying around?
No, but if you guys go to Kyvex's Instagram, you could win a frame. So everybody go repost, like, comment, share. I did it. So hopefully maybe we'll get one for the channel.
Tag us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll tag you got two friends right here. You can tag both of us.
So go to their website, tag Vincent and me, and we'll all get in for a frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Kyvex is cool. They're here locally. I went and rode their bike initially, and they're holding off on production of their bike because they want to produce more parts. I don't know 100%, but my guess is more just to basically help fund the bike project because I mean, the problem is like, imagine you were to make the bike that was like the bike that everybody wants.
Yeah.
Like imagine making kind of the perfect bike. Billet frame, EBMX motor, controller, battery, everything on it's like pretty much aftermarket, like fully built bike. And then it's like in the $7,000 range.
Yeah.
It would sell out like crazy.
What I really like the skate shop vibe I get from it, that it's like pick out your deck, pick out your bearings, pick out your wheels. You know, like I like that aspect of it where like I could, even if like I'm on a budget, I could still get their frame and having the option of buying the frame now and then waiting later and then piecing it together. Like that's really sick. And like you're saying, the value you're getting for $7,500 if you just bought the whole unit outright, it's just crazy.
And don't take my word for that price, but they're trying to, if they release the bike, they're trying to stay within a certain amount, but by the time they release the bike, it could be $2,000 more. You never know. We could have
we'll bleep the price
3,000% tariffs or whatever.
Yeah.
But back last year when I was talking to them about it, that's what they were shooting for roughly, but they weren't sure. That's what they wanted to do. So that's just a guesstimation. One thing I wanted to talk about is I really want to register a bike. The reason why I want to register it is because of the obvious laws that are going on. I have my motorcycle endorsement. I have insurance. I have motorcycles. And I feel like you would get in less trouble riding a legal bike in illegal areas than riding an illegal bike in illegal areas.
Yeah.
And I got in this conversation with Tim Chitwood yesterday that he's like, well, I think you just get in more trouble. And I don't think so. I think that it would be more of like potential slap on the wrist, or you get a ticket, but you'd be better off because they wouldn't take your bike.
Yeah, you could ride away.
Yeah.
I'm on the same page as you because like if you're at a lot, but you're on a registered bike, you have your endorsement, you have insurance or whatever, it's just much easier for the cop to be like, oh, checks out, just get out of here type of thing, compared to on the E-Moto, it might be personal vendettas or something, or the fact that they know they can take it, that they're going to act on it every time.
And it could be like maybe their sergeant said, yeah, you see these kids, these people on these bikes, tow them immediately.
Yeah.
You know,
that, or it's just like you get what you give. When that cop pulls up and everyone's like disrespectful or like rude or whatever, they're just going to be like, all right, off the bikes, we're taking them. But if you like see them a mile away and just park your bike, like, you know, they're coming, and like maybe handle it differently, maybe you can walk away. But I definitely feel like if you have all the proper paperwork, it just shows like you're more responsible than the average person that's sketchy back here going through stuff. So yeah, no, I'm definitely on the same page.
For sure. I've been through all the tickets. I have had over 100 violations, and I have a book somewhere. I don't remember where it is.
Insurance must be high.
No, because I haven't had anything in years. But I did. It was technically my insurance is high right now, but it has nothing to do with me. It has to do with somebody when they broke into my van.
Oh, the claim.
In the last 5 years, I had a claim, and I am paying for it, like more money over the matter of 5 years than the claim paid out. So it's absolutely a ripoff. So I have, like, basically, as I drive, my insurance will increase because it goes off of my driving.
Gotcha.
So right now, since I don't drive very much, it's not really that much money. It's still way higher than it should be. It's like $160 to $170. But if I have regular insurance, it's like $280. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, I think that I'm going to go through the process and either register this or register a Omega.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do a video on it on my channel and show like the process in Arizona and how to do it. I know that you wanted to do it, but you kind of don't really care as much anymore.
Well, it just didn't really work out with the Vetra since no MCO available. So I think the next step, either E-Ride or Altis, just so to be able to register something.
Mm-hmm.
Still kind of thinking about the Delta, just getting one, making it street legal. Mm-hmm. But the only downside is range. They're just not really going to be able to go that far. So at that point, it's just, do I even register it? It just really depends how bad things get too. So I know for sure I want to avoid, like, dirt legal seems like a good route. It's just pricey. So if I can avoid having to go that route and just getting something, it sucks for me though, because I'm gonna have to pay either way. Either pay for the Vetra via dirt legal, or buy another bike, and then just go to the DMV and do it normally. But
I think it was like $900 for dirt legal.
Yeah, I mean, it comes out to more when, like, you know, they get you in the door like $600, and then do you want us to file? $300 more bucks. And then do you want us to do this? Another $100 or whatever. Gotcha. So it adds up pretty quick. It is a way though that is legitimate and can help people if they got the cheddar.
Yeah, but there is, like, I don't know if you've seen the Whistle and Diesel thing.
Mm-mm.
So Whistle and Diesel is like a rage baiter. He does like durability tests on vehicles and stuff like that people love. Like, he did like a durability test on a G-Wagon, on the Teslas. He accidentally burned like a Ferrari to the ground.
Didn't he get like sued?
And then recently he got arrested twice for not paying taxes, supposedly. But there's like a whole thing, you can look into it. But long and short of it is because he has a business registration in Montana, and he registered these vehicles in Montana. And so since he lives in Tennessee came after him saying, well, your vehicles are here. You should be registering them and whatnot here. And so he got off a plane. They arrested him.
Shit.
They also came to his house or his property and arrested him on his property. And yeah, so there's a legality situation, but my suggestion would be if you get, and this isn't legal advice, but
No.
this is my thought process behind it, is if you did the dirt legal way, got your Montana plate and everything, you now have a title, you have registration, all that. After a few weeks, few months, or however long you want to do it, then transfer it into the state that you live in. Otherwise, they could come after you for like tax evasion, not paying tax and the thing. But the Montana loophole is legal. So I don't know how they're able to get away with it, because in Montana, you can register a business and then register your vehicles under it. Your business doesn't have to be profitable. Your business doesn't even have to do business.
That's the part I don't really understand, because it's like they set up an LLC, and I guess that's your name or whatever, and then they register the unit, and then when you transfer it to, let's say, AZ, and it's in your name or whatever, are you supposed to do anything with the LLC that's been opened? Like, you're supposed to dissolve it, or you just fucking...
I mean, you could dissolve it, you could do whatever, but
does it come
basically
up on
in
taxes?
Montana, it's permanent. You get a permanent plate in Montana. So the only thing you pay every year is the new registration on your LLC, and it's like $30. So it's like registering in other states for a motorcycle or car or whatever is crazy expensive. But the loophole is you have a license, you have a actual business in this country or state that you can register it in. So it doesn't matter because it's a business entity in that state, and that's the sole purpose of that business, is to have your vehicle there. And that's like legal in the United States, but some states are trying to crack down on it, and the end result with the whistle and diesel thing will be realistically what happens going further. So if he gets convicted or whatever, then all the states are going to try and come after people.
It's the same thing, though, for like, I remember I first noticed it in South Carolina. A lot of people, I think from Ohio or something, were moving to South Carolina at the time. And you didn't have to like register your car. Like, I think it was like a year or something like that. Like, you had plenty of time if you moved. But due to the influx of people, they changed it to like, I think you had like 90 days to do it. Otherwise, there's like a pretty big fee by the time you go to actually re-register it in a different state. And then I started noticing it, same thing for California and here. Same 90-day, or might be vice versa. Yeah, when California, you have 90 days to transfer over like your registration, like if you're a resident type of thing. Otherwise, there's a fee. So I can definitely see it happening. I'm just curious on, I guess, what happens to dirt legal if that becomes a thing.
That's the only, well, the big thing that hangs me up with the dirt legal for me would just be the cost, right? Whereas we live in a very lenient state to where you can kind of register anything. You could take and register a boat to the road if you had all the legal stuff on it.
And a lot of states are like that too, that they'll literally...
Especially in the center of the country, are very lenient on all this type of stuff. California, not so much. Oregon, Washington's a little bit more lenient. Oregon, not so much. But yeah, I also want to do it for the content side of it. That, you know, before you were talking about it, I was thinking about doing it as well. And then now I'm just like, I just want to do it so I can rip it on the road. Yeah. I also kind of want to build one of these bikes to have as one of my own bikes. So I miss having my own.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. I miss my E-Red. Every time I see a photo of it, it hurts. And I see it way too many times because Nick now made it.
Oh, yeah. Any hits?
No, I've never seen a single thing about it ever again. But it is what it is, and no insurance on it either. There's no way. That's the other thing is like, I want to be able to have something that I can insure.
That's the weird part. Like, when I talk to my insurance company, there's no like E-Moto classification or anything. So for my insurance company, the way they were going to insure it was under an electric Vespa, is essentially like, because I think it was
like a custom electric motorcycle or something?
Well, apparently, like Vespa does have like an electric one, so like they would just insure it. I think also the value too of an E-Moto around $5 to $6 grand is like the same value as like the electric Vespa, so that's how they were going to insure it. And then every other insurance company just didn't have anything for electric bikes. So I don't even know how that would work if they would just do a custom quote or insure it as a Yamaha or something. I don't know. I don't know how that happens.
I know that some companies can do it's like a similar to type thing for insurance, and then you just send them photos and information. And then you can also like pay extra for having like aftermarket parts and stuff like that. But every insurance company is different.
Have you seen the recent uptick of parents being charged? An Orange County mother appeared in court on Tuesday as she faces involuntary manslaughter and several other charges for a deadly E-Moto crash in which her son struck an 81-year-old man and left him in critical injuries and eventually resulted in his death late in April. It was a 14-year-old kid that ran into this older man. What do you think about like the parents being held like accountable, especially like during like a tragic accident on these things and stuff?
I think it's well, it depends. Is a kid 17 or is a kid 14?
I think the news report it was like under. I think he was 14.
Then yeah, it's the parents' fault. I mean, it sucks, but you're responsible for this individual until they turn 18 years old. So, I mean, that's kind of how it's always been. Yeah. You know, now if it was like intentional homicide or something like that, the kid needs to. It's a both party thing. Yeah. If parents need something and the kid needs to go away type situation. I think there's just too many ignorant people that are raising kids and not teaching them the right things. And I think that's always been a thing, but there's just more of it. Like there's just more people that are super delusional. It's like, oh yeah, well I trust my kid to make the right decision. It's like, okay, cool. That's good. If you trust your kid, that's good. But if they mess up, understand that you're responsible. Like when I was selling bikes in person to the people's when I was selling people
selling people
when I was selling bikes in person, not over online, the thing I would have to do, and I double checked with our owner, I was like, should I be saying this? Is this what you want me to do? Because some owners would be like, no, you shouldn't mention it at all. But I would tell the parents, they'd come in with their kids, and they're like, yeah, I really want to e-ride. Cool. And I'm like, awesome. You know, ask them about the bike. How are you going to use it was a big question. Well, I'm going to use it, like, take it to school and just, like, ride around the neighborhood and, like, go places and stuff, so you're not going to use it on the dirt? Oh, yeah, I'll probably take it in the dirt. Well, you're going to probably hate me after I say this, and Mom and Dad, I'm going to be real with you because I would feel really bad if something happened. If he rides this on the street and he gets hurt, you guys are going to be responsible likely. Also, there's nothing covering him. Yeah. If he gets hurt or she gets hurt or whoever it is, or if they hurt or damage something else, you guys are going to be responsible. So I would advise using it as what it is a dirt bike. And if you're going to use it in neighborhoods, stay to the neighborhoods. Yeah. I don't want to tell somebody to not purchase something. It hurts me to tell you this, but it doesn't, because I'd rather tell you this than sell it to you. And then you turn around a week later and come in and be like, why didn't you tell me this? My kid got hurt. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, you should know it's common sense. I shouldn't have to tell you this. But since people are so delusional and so out of it and just don't have all the brains anymore, you kind of have to spell it out for them. Yeah. And we would lose sales from it, but we'd also gain sales from it. They'd be like, okay, you can do it. Like we had a kid come in. He was like 17, and mom was with mom and dad, and mom was weird. She just like, she had bought him all this safety equipment. They haven't even bought the bike yet. She's like, look, I bought this for him and blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, I don't know. Like at first she was into it, and then she was like towards like a little bit of conversation and everything. Like he's like, yeah, I'm not going to ride on the roads. I'm going to ride it as a dirt bike, blah 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 blah. And she's like, look what I bought for you, and like she like changed the subject, and then it came down to it, and she's like, yeah, I'm just not comfortable with getting it. But yet she just spent like $500 on gear for him.
Yeah.
She had already purchased it, and I was just like, okay. And so then they walked outside. This is like a 2-hour experience, by the way.
Jeez.
Walked outside. They talked about it, everything. And then I guess they convinced her. They took the bike. It stayed in the box. They took it home.
They brought it back.
2 days later, they brought it back in the box. Never opened it. Because his birthday was coming up in like a week.
Gotcha.
And so they bought it for his birthday, but he couldn't open it up until his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And mom got to thinking way too much. The kid was pissed. You could tell when he
Yeah.
brought it in. But yeah.
At the end of the day, she knows best for him. Maybe she's had a premonition of something or whatever. But
Yeah, or maybe he's just kind of not the greatest kid and
yeah.
has made mistakes in the past. Or she's just a helicopter mom and worried about her kid, which is perfectly fine as well.
The only thing that I'm kind of torn on is like I feel like the mother should be held responsible financially for everything that needs to be covered and paid for. But I do see like you do the crime, you do the time vibe to it. So like I kind of feel like it's a good split of like, not saying like lock them up or whatever for life, but like it should be like a mom pays restitution or whatever fees and legal fees and all this, that, whatever. Like she'd be financially responsible for it. The kid did hit like the old man at full speed. Probably shouldn't have been going full speed or probably not even supposed to be there in the first place. So that's why I'm like, I'm kind of torn on like, it would be kind of shitty. Like your mom goes away to prison for a couple years or whatever. And then you're just sitting at home, like nothing happened. Like that's gotta be hard for the kid to probably go through if you're a normal person.
I mean, the kid should go into juvenile detention for the exact same time frame.
Yeah.
Like they both should go away if that's the case and scenario.
Yeah.
But here's the question. If you gave your child a gun
Yeah.
and you taught them how to use it,
Yeah.
right? But kid decides to take gun to forest
Yeah.
and knows there's other people around
Yeah.
and decides to go shooting
Yeah.
and kills an 81-year-old man, would you feel the exact same way?
Yeah. He pulled the trigger and had the training on what to do and what not to do. It's almost like I showed you, or it's okay. It's like I showed you a car, and then showed you how to drive said car, and then you drove the car through like a group of people or something, or doing something crazy like that. Just because I showed you how to do the things, like the intentions were behind the act that they did separately. Like it was not influenced like by like the other party at all. The E-Moto thing is hard because it's like, even back in the day, like people have bought in their kids little small dirt bikes and stuff like that. And I'm sure there's issues like this back then too, but I think maybe now, one, the media is just covering it. Like there's a huge like spotlight on it. Two, it's way more common, way more accessible now. That's probably why we're just seeing it more and more than back then with traditional dirt bikes and stuff like that.
But let's say the gun instance versus the E-Moto, mothers facing jail time. Do you think the same thing should happen or no?
Like
So your view on what you were saying earlier, does it change whether it's a gun or an E-Moto?
No, it's the same. Like if you did the crime, like you do the time thing. So even if the mom introduced like weapons into his life and taught him safety and taught him how to shoot or whatever, gave him all the information, gave him all the tools, what he does with the tools is on him. So like that's where I feel like it, like.
So you don't think the mom should do the time
for the E-Moto or for the gun
for
thing?
either way?
No, I think the repercussion for her for not being educated or even allowing the tool to be utilized in the way it was, she should be held responsible financially, I think. But at the end of the day, like, it was another being on the machine that
Yeah, but it's
caused.
not an adult. It's not somebody that has the brain power. Imagine when you were 14, you did a lot of dumb shit,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like,
I don't know.
that's always been a thing is like parents are responsible for what their children. While that's what I was saying, if the kid was like 17, no.
Yeah.
The kid's almost an adult.
Yeah, well, that's
He's
like,
like a
yeah.
year away from being an adult. He needs to be fully responsible. The parents probably should take some of it.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of like that's something that should be, in my opinion, because if there's not consequences, then people aren't going to raise their kids properly. If it's like, oh well, the kid fucked up. What if the kid was 10?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, so does the kid go to juvenile detention?
I mean, there's been like kids that get put into psych wards for crazier shit, you know. So like,
yeah, but I still think like if you're the person raising, it's just like, okay, let's take kids, let's take E-Moto, let's take all this out of it. Your dog bites another human.
Yeah.
Is it the dog's responsibility or yours?
My responsibility at that point, because I know, like, especially if there's a history, right? Like, if I'm fully aware of like my dog's not good around other dogs, like, it's on me to keep my dog away from other people. But if my dog like lashed out on somebody or something that just randomly approached, or like, I don't know, hit my blind spot or something, at that point it's like I'm doing my part to protect like my I'm doing my part to protect any, I don't know how to word it. I'm doing my part to avoid a situation, but then like obviously shit can happen at any point, and if like the dog did bite someone, it's like, well, fuck.
Let's say it's on a completely calm situation. Let's say you're walking, older gentleman's walking up and he's like, hey, really nice dog. Can I pet it? And he's like, yeah. And he's petting it. It's fine. And out of nowhere, your dog just chomps deep into its arm for no apparent reason. This can happen. Animals are like this.
Yeah.
But usually never happens. It only happens with dogs that are aggressive. Dogs that they can pet, but they're just trained not well.
Yeah.
And they will be aggressive. And the owner should know these things and would know these things, that the dog is lashed out over certain things.
Yeah.
Or you could even take it to a different case scenario. You're walking by this guy and your dog just lunges at the guy and bites him, right? That's a little bit more comparison because, you know, the kid hit the guy. So the dog just randomly, you're just going about your day, but the dog just decided to attack this guy. I mean, not that I don't understand where you're coming from. I'm just kind of putting out stuff.
Yeah, no, I just feel like, you know, he's 14, close to 15. I definitely feel like the dude knows better for you know, not paying attention or whatever the situation is. I just don't feel like it's fair to just pin it all on the parent to go to prison for manslaughter for 7 or 8 years. And then the kid just walks free and goes about his life. I'm like, it's got to be like a 50-50 thing.
Yeah, I don't know about 7 or 8 years. It would have to be like, we would have to know more details. Like, was this kid causing a ruckus pre this? Like, was there other complaints of it leading up to this? Or if this was like a fluke situation where it just happened and it was very obvious, there was witnesses, like this shouldn't happen type of situation, I would feel more on that. Now, if you just have this shithead kid that's out there ripping wheelies and, you know, tearing up grass and doing all other stuff, and he's kind of a little bit of a shithead. Well, I don't mind if kids ripping wheelies, but it's like if you're going through public areas and like trying to show off or just being an a-hole, like that's different. So it would kind of depend. But if it's like, on the kid's really good, the kid wasn't doing much before, and this is just like a really bad situation and accident, I think that the parent should likely do a slight bit of time because that would teach them for the future, and then the kid should get the brunt of it. But at the same time, it's like with a child, does a child in an accident case and scenario, not intent, deserve 7 to 8 years? So basically, isn't released until he's way into adulthood, ruining his childhood life. Does he deserve that distance into it? Or does it deserve a you're in jail till you're 18, juvenile detention?
Then like
Once you
parole.
receive 18, you're on parole for 4 years or the rest of your sentence.
Yeah.
But during that time in juvenile detention, if you're a shithead, then it's extended to your full time period, or it could be obviously more.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like so many different variants or ways of thinking about it that like I think there's a lot of information we just don't know.
Yeah, and they're very vague on, like it's just, it's breaking news text, trying to get your attention, trying to get people riled up, just pinning it all on the mom. And I'm sure there's other stuff in the background. There might even be history, like you're saying, like of like other stuff that makes more sense.
Record.
Yeah, yeah. And that would explain more why it's so black and white. Like, nope, you're going to jail. And I'm like, what the fuck,
What's your thought on that? Let's say the kid had other instances with the police before that.
It's the same thing. I mean, no matter how the cookie crumbles, the kid has to do something. Like either like the juvenile thing, or there's centers that they can take.
So is it saying that the kid's not getting anything?
It doesn't say anything in the news article. It just says the
him.
manslaughter charges on the mom. So that's why I'm like it alludes to the kid's just gonna walk free from it, and the mom's taking full on like the brunt force of the incident. So definitely not on the side of like she should be held responsible 100%, but it's tricky because I'm assuming there is some sort of back history the way they're wording it. Maybe this was the 11th call on this kid or something, or I don't know. It is in Florida.
Yeah, it's hard to say. So something I didn't mention last podcast, we mentioned like all these greats are coming back to YouTube and stuff. Something I saw, I don't know if you saw it, but Jeff Wittek apologized to David Dobrik.
I did not, and I did not expect that.
And it's not like apology, but the long and short of it.
Apologize for what, though?
Here's the thing. So I guess, maybe I'll just pull it up, but basically somebody on his team lied to him about David not paying for his surgeries and stuff like that. So here it is, I think, maybe. Okay. This is... Okay. Been waiting a long time to say this. Over the last few years, a lot of energy has gone into something that weighed heavily on me, both mentally and emotionally. Last year, especially brought me to one of my lowest points in my life. And through that process, I realized I needed to make a choice to let go, move forward, and choose forgiveness. Once I did, I immediately felt a sense of peace that I hadn't felt in a long time. After a meeting with my legal team and reviewing all of the relevant information, it became clear to me that I had been miscommunicated to by a former team member who no longer works for me. I learned that David's company had in fact offered and provided insurance coverage for my initial medical bills totaling approximately $110,000. Along with an additional $41,000 in medical expenses that David paid out of pocket without pushback. This information was not properly communicated to me, therefore the lawsuit was filed. David helped cover my medical cost, and we now have clear communication moving forward regarding this future coverage as well. I want to apologize for the confusion the situation created publicly. More than anything, I'm grateful to finally leave this chapter in the past. Some things take a lot out of you privately, and I'm happy to move forward now, focus on the future, and put my energy into people and things I love. Thank you to everyone who supported me through some of the darkest moments of my life. Your support genuinely helped me carry through. So David's podcast when he said that he supported, he did. And somebody on Jeff's team told him that he didn't. And so that's what set it off, was the fact that David's not covering any of this, and you've basically destroyed a section of my life and of my body. Like, imagine what anybody would do.
Well, where did the money go?
That's the question. I wonder if the person that lied took
siphoned
the money.
it. Yeah, like that. That's the sketchy part, dude.
Or
there's a
Jeff
snake.
doesn't have like really an overview of where the money goes, and maybe it was something to do with his accountant or assistant. Or
Unless
something.
they paid the medical directly and they got like a letter in the mail, like here's a receipt, and like who paid this type of thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but that's shitty. I want to know who it was.
Now I'm waiting for the video.
Yeah, I want to know who it was. I don't really know who was on his team, though, is the problem.
I'm almost wondering if it's Iben, his assistant. He's his gay assistant, he says.
He's never really on screen, though,
No,
right?
never.
Yeah, that's
very, like, I think he's only been on like one time ever. It's hard to say. Who knows? I'm hoping that there's like a Jeff's Barbershop that talks about it sometime soon.
If you're watching, Jeff, get me on there. I need a trim. I need a little lineup.
Now I'm waiting for a Vlog Squad video.
Reunion?
Or just Jeff and David having a sit down and hashing it all out.
Yeah, I definitely see. There's going to be another vlog trip video. And I kind of see they would do like a skit where like there's the bulldozer thing again.
Yeah, I could see Jeff doing that.
Then just be like, oh, not this again. And then the edit starts.
Yeah.
So like I could see them doing something like that. That'd be
Jeff's
sick.
laugh like, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah. I can see an edit, dude. It's sick.
I hope so. That was like such a good time. And after learning that, I viewed David's most recent video a little bit differently. It's just weird how like things that you know of kind of like influence your brain on how you view things.
Yeah. I got some other influencer news for you.
Go for it.
I got, did you see the Chud the Builder case?
Yeah. So stupid.
This IRL streaming is just bad for society altogether.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really watch IRL streamers. I don't watch streamer content. Like, I'm just not tapped into that. But when I went down this rabbit hole, this guy, and just started finding how big of an audience other people have on these streaming platforms and their content, it's kind of wild. You know, like, do you remember Andy Milonakis doing this, like, years ago?
Not saying the N-word to people.
No. In, like, real life streaming, IRL streaming. But yeah, no, just seeing just what that content is about. I mean, everyone is shocked about it, but I was like, what did you think was going to happen eventually? Like when you start egging people on like this, like it's not going to ever end always in a clip farm moment that's funny or hilarious or whatever.
Yeah.
So
did you see that he's gotten $300,000 given to him on his GoFundMe?
Oh,
to help bail him out of jail and stuff.
His bail is at like 1.2 million bond right now. So I'm just
that's the total, but
it's like 10%.
Yeah, it was like $120,000. Yeah, dude. It's and then like seeing the stuff that he said that's like, oh, it's just for fun. It's
freedom of speech bullshit.
Well, he doesn't even like cover that and like all the main stuff. It's just like he tries to play the victim, and no. Dude, you're an idiot.
He shot himself. I'm just like, bro, like, it's just dumb, the whole situation. And like, I've never heard of that dude ever before until the news came out with it. And I'm like, wait, who is this guy?
I was watching Bradley Martin's podcast, and they mentioned something about it before this incident happened. It was like the day before. And he's like, have you, I think it was Steve. Oh, no, it was Nick Naracino was like, have you heard of this guy that's just like going around calling people the N-word and like trying to fight him? He's like, what? No. And they like talked about it a little bit, and that was it. And then all of a sudden I see, what's his name? Kevin or whatever from Barstool KFC from Barstool like do the story on it, and I was just like, what the.
Yeah,
So crazy. And then this morning I saw the one that he did about just like that he's gotten like $200,000 or $300,000 to get him out of jail, and then he did a live stream already right out of jail, and just trying to play the victim.
Bro, like I feel like sometimes like we make people famous who shouldn't be.
Oh,
Or
100%.
There, I got another following streamer news. Did you ever hear about the Rampage Jackson?
His son?
Yeah, his I forgot what his son's name is.
When he like beat the shit out of the
Raja.
guy?
Yeah. The wrestler.
What happened with that?
He's getting like 90 days or some shit like that.
That's it?
Here, actually, let me get the factuals. Yeah, so his sentencing date is June 22nd, and yeah, 90 days.
He's facing 90 days.
That's it, 90 days. 90 days of a county jail, and $81,703 in restitution. I don't know, man. Like,
I think he should get at least a year.
Yeah,
And
like,
anger management for
100%,
like
dude.
a long time.
His case is very cut and dry because of the premeditative, like, just everything about it. Like him sitting on stream 2 hours before talking about that he's going to go up there and fucking kill him. And then, the events unfold. We can't show the footage here, but I'm sure everyone's
Just
seen
the
it.
rage bait
Yeah.
up until it, like they rage baited the kid. I can see how he turned out the way he did, just because, like, imagine living in the shadow of somebody that's just so tough, and you have to and you're following in similar footsteps to be a fighter and all this other stuff and do these things, and then like every comment like on his thing was like rage baiting him into doing it.
Yeah,
there's a small smidgen of understanding to how it happened and understanding why it happened.
Yeah.
Like, the initial thought was to go up and just like tackle him and maybe like hit him. That was it.
Well,
like, just
like
give him,
fake
give
hit
him,
him.
give
Yeah.
him, give him his. I forget what they call it.
His receipt.
Yeah,
or
his
whatever the
receipt. Give him
fuck,
his
yeah.
receipt. Make him hurt one time, right? Like, I would, if he would have went up there, slammed him and punched him once and walked away. Sure.
Well, that's the thing. Like, he's
But
fucked either way. Like,
his brain snapped. He just like all the comments and all the everything just built into this one.
They show everyone
scenario.
he's not a bitch or
You
whatever.
think I'm a bitch? You think I'm playing around? Yeah.
So stupid.
It sucks to see somebody like that. Like, I was like when I saw that his son was like looking like going towards like fighting and doing that, I'm like, oh, sick. That'll be dope. I mean, he's still like with him only having 90 days. I'm excited to just see him come out in MMA, but seeing that reaction, I don't think he's going to go anywhere.
Yeah, it's more of like red flag liability,
Yeah.
like permanently existing now.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing, and I don't know. I feel like 90 days is really, really generous. Like, that's like nothing. Like for especially the extent of what he did. Moving down the line, we'll speed run him. David case, have you followed that at all?
Who?
David, the music artist that had a body found in their Tesla.
No, never even heard of that.
So there's a musical artist. I'll give you a quick rundown, and also for the audience that doesn't have any idea about him. I didn't know about him either. He's a musical hip-hop artist. He started out by, it's funny enough, he was making Fortnite content, but his videos kept getting copyrighted. So he decided to start making his own music so he could at least have music in the background of his Fortnite edits. Ended up blowing up, became a big music star. He had a girlfriend that was groomed very young at I think 13 years old or something like that. And long story short, they were in a relationship. He went on tour. Neighbors called in about a Tesla's just terrible smell coming from this Tesla that was parked on the side of the road, and they went to get it towed, and that's when they found the body of his girlfriend in the frunk, just cut into different 2 bags and tied in there, left there.
What the?
And it was there enough for the body to start decomposing, so it was there for a minute. So car's registered to him, case opens. That's pretty much as far as I've gotten. There's a lot of breaking updates that there's more people involved.
Do you think he did it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Oh, that's the weird part. The weird part about it is after she allegedly was killed, all of his songs after, like, describe in detail, like, what he did. Like cutting up her body or
Yeah.
just make,
Case closed.
yeah, it's just like snitched on himself in his songs. So that's just another little pop
You
culture
heard
thing
of
for the internet.
clavicular
Yeah, yeah,
ODing in his
yeah.
club? The
Fucking
kid's 21, and he's overdosing on methamphetamines and stuff.
yeah, it's wild, dude. And then I'm hearing about the Israeli club owners or something that he's in business with, or like that's who's funding him. That he's like an industry plant or something like that, and I don't know, bunch of weird stuff.
As far as I know, with the club, it's long and short of it is like he is like part owner because his popularity or something like that. So
Yeah, just put a
they may
face
be
to it. Yeah.
Israeli or something like that. But
Sarah Safari's new whip. Did you see it?
yep,
What are your thoughts?
it's nice. It's sick car. I'm not a big fan of the color scheme she went with, but I don't care. I would take it, no problem. I think that's way too much car for her. She didn't even
Yeah.
understand the car. It seemed like, so I was just like, that was a big disappointment. Like, she got the car and she just seemed like lost with it. She didn't like
Yeah.
understand it. She's
Yeah, it is a lot of car. It's not even a lot of car to handle. It's just like she's talking about putting exhaust on it. And I'm like, oh, that's like 20 grand. I was like, easily 20K to get an exhaust or something on it. She gives me Ultima vibes, so I think she should have got like a GTR or something like that.
She has a Maxima or an Ultima. She has one still.
Yeah, so you should have won GTR.
Yeah.
That would have been sick. That would have been a little more. You could have bought 3 GTRs for one of the Porsches. I don't know what it is. I think it's a GT.
It's a turbo.
Turbo or G? Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Insanely fast car. Speaking of Porsches, GT3 RS, Ben from the Sea Boys got one. That's cool.
Yep.
And then they went for Ben's bachelor party,
Yep.
and Gavin got married. Which speaking of industry plant, I think that chick is definitely planted. I was waiting for the end of the video
So, like, we're
for them to
joking
be
thing?
like, "Yeah, we set this whole thing up
Yeah.
for him,
Well,
and he doesn't know."
It's funny because like it's
But they were like kissing and stuff, so
yeah. I mean the
I don't
Sea
think
Boys,
it's like gonna last.
the
but
Sea Boys like picture reel of the last upload. If you read the comments, there's like a lot of people commenting like, "This isn't Heather's real first rodeo," and I'm like, "Dude, people know her by name, so that's why maybe she is like."
Or Heather was also the chick from The Hangover, so they could be saying lines from The Hangover because
okay.
that's kind of like the movie that's like the video they made is like their version of The Hangover. All right. So something we don't really get much into, and we kind of talked about Porsches just a second ago, is you drive a Subaru and a Toyota Tacoma.
Subaru.
Good vehicles. But I have kind of a two-part question, 2 questions for you. One is, what is the car, the dream car, that's attainable?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I'm not talking like F40.
Yeah.
Lamborghini or whatever. I'm talking a little bit more attainable, something that you would say dream car that you could have in the next 5 to 10 years. What's your car that you would get?
It's always been honestly like a GTR. Same reason, 60 to 80K. I'm like, okay, that's a little obtainable. It's under the 100,000. I think you could either get like a newer gen Corvette for around the same price or like a GTR. That's honestly, it's probably the only one.
And you're talking R35 GTR, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Like if I had to pick one, like bullet to my head.
I don't necessarily have a dream car, but because I like too many cars, mine would be C6 Corvette or C7 Corvette, but the supercharged LS7 version of either one. Or a R34 Skyline.
It was my dream car for a long time. A lot of it had to do with like Fast and Furious, but then
They're unattainable at this point now. Is the kind
yeah,
of the thing. They're so expensive.
it's just over time my taste has evolved to like I really like the R34 because it's a sleek body design. It just looks like a weapon. Now I really like the wide body look of like sports cars. I just
Mhm.
really enjoy the wide body. So like the R35 now is like my new unicorn. Um, Porsches are cool, Ferraris, McLaren, all that, but it's like I personally feel like it's a unrealistic car to own because I wouldn't want to damage it. I wouldn't want to get it scratched. I wouldn't want anything to happen to it. So I wouldn't really be driving it as often and defeats the whole point of having like a really fast, nice car without being able to use it.
That's also coming from a different type of mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of rolls into next question, and then we'll touch back on that. But the next question is, money is no object.
Mm-hmm.
You can own it forever or for however long or whatever. What is the car of cars? Doesn't matter how long, like for the rest of its life, it's paid for any type of service, damage, whatever.
Yeah.
Dream car. Car of cars.
It's hard, man.
That you're like poster wall car, like sickest of the sick. Money, no object. You don't have to pay insurance. If it gets damaged, it gets fixed for free. Mileage doesn't count. You're never going to sell it.
It's hard.
You can name more than one if you want.
I can't even name one.
Oh.
Yeah, there's just too many options. I know like McLaren's on the list, but I don't have a model.
Okay.
Just a McLaren in general.
Like a badass McLaren.
Yeah, like a sick
like
McLaren.
a 720S or a Senna or something like that.
I know Senna would be sick, but I also kind of want something like center cockpit, like one of the Ferraris. I can't remember which the one is like you're kind of sitting in the center of the car.
I don't even know.
I can't remember, but it's
Oh, there's I think a McLaren Elva or
There's
something where you're sitting in the center and you have two back seats. The people are offset right
Mhm.
behind you.
that would be sick just to kind of fighter jet it a little bit. Kind of
Mhm.
feel like you're in a fighter jet, but honestly, that's a hard question, dude, because I'm not well versed in the supercar collection of models, mainly because of the like fuck, I can't afford it. I'm not gonna look at it. Just
So mine is probably an Aventador, and it doesn't even have to be an SV or an SVJ, but just an Aventador. I think it's actually achievable, but yeah.
I mean, anything's achievable if you just want to make a really big monthly payment.
Yeah. Well, so that's what I want to roll back to is that comes down to two different mindsets, right?
Mhm.
There's like a everyday person like me and you mindset of, and I run into it a lot with friends of mine. They're like, oh, I used to have the same exact mindset. It's like, I don't care about supercars because it's kind of an unobtainable thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have the mindset of eventually I'm going to make millions of dollars, the thought process of that of like, well, I wouldn't want to drive it because I damaged. Well, I'm now a multi-millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
If I damage it, I damage it. I can pay to get it fixed,
Mhm.
whatever. Like, and that used to be my mindset, but now, like, I'm not saying I'm going to become a millionaire, but I feel like becoming one is a feasible possibility.
Yeah.
And I want to put out to the universe and the world for me to be able to get to a point to where I could
Mm-hmm.
have that. Realistically, what I would do is I'd have a supercar. And I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't even have it for very long. Like, I get the Aventador, it'd be cool, it'd be fun, and then just realize the exact same thing. It's not really like you'd use it. It's like cool flex, but I'd rather have 25
Mm-hmm.
JDM, USDM, European cars that are $20,000 shit boxes or $10,000 shit boxes with $80,000 into each one of them.
Yeah.
And just be the most gangster fucking car lineup ever.
Yeah.
And you just like, how am I going to flex today?
Yep.
You know? And just go and take it out and have fun and have just like a. But at the same time, I don't care about it for the flex thing. I like to build shit and I like to do shit. Like if I was to get an Aventador, I would want to do crazy shit with
Yeah.
it.
It's just the amount of money to modify those cars as well,
Yeah.
too. It's just gnarly.
Yeah, and the funny thing is like more I've seen like I don't know if you've ever heard of Goon Squad, but I've seen like channels like rebuilding cars, and they're so easy to put together and work on. And like to most people, that it would be like, oh, that looks really hard, that looks really difficult. But I'm very mechanically inclined, not to toot my own horn, but I can take shit apart and put it back together, and I understand the mechanics of it all. So I can build a motor, I can do all these things, and seeing like I watched Goon Squad build a Huracan, and it was all like Torx bits, and it all like unbolted, and they bolted new shit on. Like it was just
a
like
salvage
Legos.
car or something, or
They just bought a car that was in an accident. And it was in a pretty bad accident. They replaced a big chunk of the car, but the whole back of it, the whole front of it, like so it was basically like the tub was left.
Oh shit!
And the motor was good, and then the frame rail they had to like cut and modify and stuff. But at least that's what my recollection is of it. But it was just so seemingly simple. Like there's some things I had to weld. I know how to weld. I have a welder over there. And then just buying the parts. So it's just an expense overall and just some time. It was no like rocket science.
Throwing that Lambo motor into like a mini jet boat. Oh,
No, that would be death, dude. I don't.
Sick.
Have you ever gone fast on the water?
I've gone like 60, and it feels like light speed going that fast. It's just it's a weird sensation, and then like steering input's weird too because it's not immediate. It's like a little delay, like turn left, then the boat starts to go a little bit.
And there's not brakes. The brakes is slowing down, but you can go from 0 or 100 to 0 real quick.
Yeah, you backflip.
And the water is not forgiving. I don't know. I've just like like seeing like what just happened. They had a 50 horsepower motor. That's it on the back of a John boat that they made out of Home Depot wood, and they're going maybe 30 miles per hour, and just like exploded James' face on Cletus's video, and it was like fast, and they were
show
ripping
the
it a little
the
bit.
thing blow?
His face?
No, the boat. Did they
Yeah,
show
yeah.
it?
In the video, he slows it down to show it the bottom separate. So basically, they knew that it was happening, and they continued on. Like the guys that built the boat, it's James and Kyle from Boost Boys, and in the video, they were talking about the boat's splitting in half, and they were like talking about it, and everybody's kind of laughing about it and stuff. And they're like, "Hey, let's just go get have so and so get a couple photos of us, and then we'll bring it back and we'll take a look at it." And so they go and they're trying to get on a plane. So that was kind of the problem, is like the boats were like basically standing up on end because they didn't have the motors far enough in the water, and it's 50 horsepower, so it was cavitating and just like not functioning right and just keeping the boat high instead of pushing it down into the water.
Yeah,
and you see all the boats kind of go like this, and then out of nowhere, this boat just goes doof, and like stops. And you can see like the bottom of the boat almost has like a black line, and then out of nowhere, there's no bottom. And they like, so I think they did the end of the video like today, and then he posted it, or yesterday and posted it. But it was basically at the beginning of the week, and James's face is all stitched back together, and he looks normal-ish for what happened. Like literally from here down, his nose. He said his nose was touching his lip.
Crazy, dude.
So they showed like the boat, and they like looked at how they put it together. The boat was like put together very well, but it was like, made from nothing in screws, and it shows just the force of water. They took it, the water folded the 3/4 inch thick sheet of wood in the water. It folded it and then tore the rest of it off. But it did it like that.
Yeah.
And it stopped them like immediately.
It just caught the right wave at the wrong time.
No waves. It was just going, and water just forced
Yeah.
its way in and just yanked it. It was crazy.
Glad
But yeah.
they're okay though, because that could have.
I don't fuck
Yeah.
around with water, bro. That's like I don't mind like being on top of it, driving in it and stuff. A jet boat would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I just wouldn't want like, 500 horsepower in one.
Yeah, yeah. It's just hitting water that fast is pretty close to concrete.
Yeah. The new Insta360 Luno, we touched on this a couple videos back, but the Luna, the DJI 4P, and then the Extra 2P are all pretty much coming out basically like yesterday or something like that. I don't have like all the details, but these seem rad. That camera that you're watching us on is a 3, Pocket 3, and I know Vincent wants to get one, whether it's a 4 or 4P or whatever, but this is going to be a great time for this. I cannot wait for these cameras to be accessible. The rumored price or the supposed price for the DJI 4P with the creator bundle is $730.
Steep. Yeah.
But
it's hard because I know Extra is going to come in at the lowest, and then
it could be the Extra 2P could be in the 530 range would be my guess, maybe 630.
Insta and DJI, they're going to be right next to each other. Maybe a $30 or $20 difference. Like they're going to be really close. Maybe DJI's bundle will be better than Insta's or vice versa, but
I think all the bundles will be pretty close to the same. What I think is Extra will probably release their DJI version of their mics at the same time.
Their mic minis.
Yeah, because Insta released their version of the microphones. And so the cool thing about the Insta360 though is they have a display on the microphone, and you can change the display.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick.
I don't like the hold the button 3 times to turn this feature on, or hold the button. It's a sequence. It's annoying. Yeah, having everything on the mic would be pretty badass. The only downside
e-ink too, so it's like not like it's powered. You do it one time and the logo's burned into it until you do it again and it burns a new logo into it. So it doesn't take power. It takes power the one time that it puts the logo on it, and that's it.
Oh, no shit.
It's kind of gangster.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. It really depends, though, because everything I have is DJI ecosystem. So, like, just to stay loyal to the brand, I might just go DJI if they're only, like...
But what's everything?
It's just my mics, pretty much.
Exactly.
That's it.
And if the mics work with it, because it is not technically a DJI product.
Yeah. It just depends. I have to see... like the first group of people to get it, see some comparison footage, it's literally going to be a week of research to find out like which one I'm pulling the trigger on. But I definitely know it's getting added to the fleet because it's just having a pocket is just an amazing addition to running, gun shooting, vlogging, B-roll. If you're filming in a spot that you don't feel comfortable bringing a big old camera that can fit in a backpack or a small bag or something. And then also, if you give yourself all the tools, you should be able to come up with something really cool, especially having like POV shots. I do need to get another action camera, so I might look into that too, because I just want to have a backup. Never know whenever this one's going to go down.
I get a 360. Well, you have a 360, right?
It's the X2.
Yeah,
so
it still works.
It still works. I got to get a better... Well, I have the selfie stick for it, but I need to get a mount that I can like hard mount to the back of the bike, so that way it can stay there. That'll be pretty cool to use. But I'm excited for mainly to get a new piece of gear. I've just been itching, been debating buying a new lens, and a new lens for like my Sony cam is also $500 to $600. So,
that's not bad.
But it's also, do you spend that and get another lens and still deal with the big form factor?
Yeah, that you're not going to use as much.
Yeah.
When you know that you get a pocket, you'll use it all the time.
Yeah, it'd just be sick. Like, even if we went on rides, you could still have this in your pocket and pull it out and get some cool like rollers and stuff like that while you're moving. So it makes it a lot easier. I guess for the new gens, it kind of sucks for everybody that has accessories for this one and ND filters and stuff like that, because they're all different sizes, right, on the new one?
I mean, if you were to get a Pocket 4, not the P, the ND filters would be the same. But the new one wouldn't be because it's dual camera and it's big. But I mean, NDs aren't very expensive. That's it. Like,
Yeah,
and you
that's
don't
it,
own
yeah.
one, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, that I have ND filters for this one, so I'll probably end up giving them to you since they won't fit. I
You have ones for this?
Yeah, because they're the same as the DJI 4 Mini drone. It's the same ND
Is it?
filters. Yeah,
I have ND filters. I don't need them.
I have like a whole bunch that I just kept, and I was like, maybe one day. I need to order new ones for my action cam. I lost like my whole case, so I don't know where that's at.
I saw a guy that made a 3D printed case that held his pocket, his action, all the ND filters for both, the extra battery. It was all of his microphones. So imagine like, the pouch that you get, that pouch that's right up there.
Yeah.
It was just a box that's like slightly larger than that. A 3D printed box, and it has a fitment for every single thing, all of this stuff in one. I was like, ooh, that's sick. But yeah, I mean, you're not too deep into it. Your action is still usable across the board on everything, and your microphones would work on the extra. I would think, if anything, the extra versus the 360 for you, so that way you don't have to buy a whole nother mic set.
Yeah.
I only would go to the Insta if it had standout features that I would like. I think I'm going to go with the extra because the DJI is not coming to the US.
Yeah.
We'll have to buy it outside of
imported in.
So it'd probably be roughly close to $1,000.
Yeah.
But extra has been very clear that it is coming, and they've been teasing it a lot, and it looks identical. It doesn't look any different. So it'd be pretty cool to see them do their own microphones too.
Yeah, I just like, hopefully there's no weird bugs or like connectivity like issues, but the plus side about it is I would only be worried about that if it was my main action camera, because while you're riding, you're not going to be able to check like if your audio's like still recording from inside the helmet than outside. But using this, it's a little more hands-on, so like you'd always be like aware of what's going on or if there's any tech difficulties. But
the one thing I want to do is I want to reach out to Extra. I would love to get like a whole creator pack of action cameras and a pocket 2P and just like a whole world of your stuff and use it nonstop and make videos about it and everything. So please reach out.
Yeah.
I know you guys don't have a huge following at the moment. I know we're not huge creators, but I promise you'd get your money's worth out of it.
faux show. Send 2 kits.
Yeah. For our podcast. Yeah, I think that the world of creating videos is definitely like gonna be, huge right now. Like, we have so many new tools, and I want to get like a new drone that I can have follow me. I have access to a Skydio, and it's how it works is great when it wants to work. It's old, so the batteries kind of suck, and the technology is just older, but the obstacle avoidance is better than anything still that exists to this day.
Yeah.
So you can like just send it through a forest and it'll find its way around because of its technology. But that one that's black that opens up that they used to sell at like Costco?
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
They made a newer one, I guess a year ago, that's 8K. So that way you can actually punch in. It seems to be pretty cool.
Is it like the Neo Flight or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, I
saw
saw
a couple videos on it, but I was like, oh, it's a year old. That means that there's going to be a new one.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking at. I want to get like a whole new kit, because I mean the stuff that I have is like mainly stuff that's
like lock on, like stationary.
I just want a new action out to go kit. New. I also want the little camera too.
The Nano or whatever.
Whatever it's called. But yeah, that's cool. One other thing I wanted to bring up, because we work together, so it's kind of a subject that could be touched on, is and this is going to be about a job I had a long time ago, is being friends with people that you work with on Facebook that you're not actually friends with in real life. What's your thoughts on that? Even like owners of the business and
Oh, yeah. It's weird because yeah, I don't know. It's like, well, first of all, it depends on your profile. Like what you post, if you're active on it, if you share a lot on there. My profile is literally for marketplace only. Like I don't post anything, I don't status update, I don't put any every now and again I'll share a random video if I'm like scrolling through Facebook Reels, but at the end of the day it's like unless we're close or we've talked outside of work and stuff like that, then I can see it like, oh, okay, like a casual friend request or whatever. But then if I'm like, oh, look, it's Patricia from accounting, I was like, I'm not gonna add you.
yeah, I am even more strict
Mhm.
on most of the social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. You're the only person that I work with that has access to my Instagram.
Mhm.
Other than that, like maybe Nick is on there too, but everybody else that I work with isn't allowed on my social media, like as in friends or whatever.
Mhm.
I won't necessarily go to the point of blocking everybody. I'll block some people, but a big reason is when I was working for an apartment complex, it was before I started working where we work now.
Mhm.
And since I was a maintenance guy, we had to shovel snow when it would snow, and we'd have to do it at 5 a.m. And I don't wake up early.
Yeah, it's a cold 5 a.m. in Seattle. No,
No, Portland.
Portland.
So we get up, we get on there, and I work with this guy that's just a shitty worker. Let's just call him. We won't even call him anything. Anyways, shitty worker comes down, and we're supposed to clear all the snow from the sidewalk completely.
Mhm.
And I guess it didn't register in his brain that we had to clear it completely. And I cleared this giant, long section.
Mhm.
We were out there for an hour. And I needed a quick break. I just needed my arms were tired from shoveling, just wore out. That's a lot of work. That's a big workout.
Yeah.
And so I walked around to see how far the other guys had gotten. And I walk around the corner, and there's just a shovel's path all the way down to the other side of the building. And I was just like, what the fuck?
There's a path to his car. Fuck this, I'm out.
Well, we live in a high rise downtown in South Waterfront. So it's a big high rise. It's like 20 stories, and it's one city block all the way around. So it's not too big, but it's still big.
Mhm.
And then I go around the corner and I see where my friend that actually hired me had done, and he did like a big chunk pretty similar to me. And I was just like, what the fuck, bro? And so instantly I grabbed my phone and I was like, it snowed today. It's pretty cool, but at the same time, since I'm a maintenance guy, I have to get out here and shovel. And I was like, I'm taking a video of it, and I was like, this is what happens when you're a hard worker and you do the job right.
Yeah.
And I turn around and I show the video of what he did. And I was like, and this is what happens when you're lazy and you don't know what you're doing. And I just said just something along those lines, like, didn't mention his name, nothing like that. I was like, this is what happens when you're a lazy worker and you just don't know how to get the job done right. So now I'm going to do the job that he didn't do and clear this all the way. And this guy's girlfriend apparently follows me on Instagram. And about, I don't know, a few hours later, it was way later. It was way later in the day. So way later in the day, we get an emergency call that a pipe broke, and it's flooding into the main office. So the unit right above us
Just flooding out.
is having water coming in. Well, at least we think it's right above them. It's 2 units up.
Damn.
The AC unit has water that flows through it in the building, and it broke and was leaking into the building below, or the unit below it, and then into the main office that had been completely remodeled and just got open 2 weeks prior.
Shit.
So, and this happens we're off at 5, and it happens at 4:40.
Yeah, of course.
So me and my boss, the guy that hired me, we're springing into action, go and check. We're like knocking on doors, and since we have keys to the whole unit, we were able to just access and go in and check. And I found it, and I'm like, hey, it's up here. And so we get it shut off, and then now it's time to clean up all the water. And he's like, hey, tell so and so to go down to the other unit and vac up all the water, and I'll work on the office and opening it up so all the water can come through. I'm like, all right, cool. I go to this guy. I say, hey, you need to do this. That's what George said. And he like gave me some attitude. And I was like, look, man, now's not the time. Let's get this done. And he's like, no, fuck you. And I was like, what? I was like, motherfucker, now is not the time. I was like, I don't know what you're on or what you think you're doing. He told me to tell you to do this. If you don't believe me, feel free to reach out to him. But just do your job and don't be an idiot. He's like, I saw what you posted on social media. I was like, what? He's like, that I'm lazy and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, and your point? And he's like, oh, that's bullshit. And I was like... Is it false? He's like, I'm not lazy. What are you talking about? I was like, bro, you cleared a path this big. I cleared a path that was 12 feet wide and 40 feet long. You cleared one that was 2 feet wide and 40 feet long in the exact same amount of time. You tell me. And so anyways, so then he, in all this time that we're doing this, goes to my boss and tells him about this. Not doing what he needs to do and being an idiot. So we finally get it all like cleaned up. We get a different team out to come and actually like really get up all the water and get in all the dehydrators and everything in place. And he's like, hey, he had mentioned it to me when we were kind of finishing up things. He's like, hey, Max told me that you posted on your social media about him being lazy or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I posted on my social media because it's not untrue. And he's like, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to sit you guys down and talk to you guys. I'm like, okay, no problem. And so he sits us down, and long and short of it, I don't get in trouble. He's like, so you only cleared 2 feet when you know the whole sidewalk has to be done. Why didn't you clear the whole thing? Well, I just didn't know. What do you mean you didn't know? I told you guys what to do.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, he was saying that I was lazy on whatever. He's like, it doesn't matter what he said.
Yeah.
You didn't do your job correctly. And then you proceeded to not help us appropriately when there's an emergency going on. And so long and short of it, he ended up getting in trouble. I didn't. But from then moving forward, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do this. And then there's been other instances that I won't go into that have been like, yeah, I really need to not like let anybody on my social media that's not my friend. And so, and I find a hard time, like, not, because I like to go on my stories, which I don't have you on, which I don't really have a problem with you having access to it now, but I have everybody from our work blocked. There's times where I like to just vent, and I don't say anything about anybody, but I just like, today's a hard day at work or something like that. And if I mention something like that, then I could get in trouble.
Yeah.
So I don't like that I have to, doesn't matter where I work, and I'm not even referring to where I work now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm referring to anywhere. And so it sucks to not be able to express any type of feelings or anything like that on social media, whether it's YouTube, Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook. And my biggest piece of advice to anybody is if you're newly acquainted with people from work, even if they're friendly, don't have them on your social media until you've actually like
Built a connection and all that stuff.
become close with them, become friends, and you know that they're not gonna become a shitbag and just suddenly be like, just that case and scenario that it was. Because we weren't friends on Facebook, but his girlfriend was following me on Instagram, which is something he should probably look
investigate a little bit.
Yeah. It's not my fault your chick wants me, bro.
Nah, it's just I don't. If it's on my personal page, I should be able to post whatever the fuck I want to talk about, regardless of like your employer or whoever it is coming after you. The only time I see it, security clearance, government job makes sense. Like or if you signed an NDA or anything that that makes sense. But it's just almost goes back to the freedom of speech or freedom of platform type shit,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I want to be able to say what I want and do what I want, but we're in a different day and age and era of life.
Everything's very strategized, I guess, and very calculated, I guess, nowadays, just because of all the shit going on in the world.
You had a segment last podcast.
Yeah, we still haven't come up with a name yet. So we're going to go with Late Night at Vinny's.
It's going to become something different every single time until he lands on something. This is
until something sticks.
Something he came up with just recently. I like it.
So, on today's Do You Believe Pat section, I've got one that's been kind of digging my mind a little bit because...
Are you a flat earther?
No. So I do believe there's some curve in this world.
Good.
I don't know how people... I don't get it. But one thing that has been digging a hole in my brain recently is the ancient pyramids.
Okay.
So there's a whole theory of it's an ancient power plant from back in the day because of all the, I guess it's geographically aligned with light. I have to look it up. It's something to do with light speed. Like hold on. Now let me look it up so I have a little bit of facts. They say the Great Pyramid of Gizas, or Gizas, however it's pronounced, their geographical latitude perfectly matches the digits of light speed in a vacuum. So I don't know how coincidental that if they got that lucky that all of these structures or that structure is just perfectly placed at the exact same thing as light speed. The weird part of, I guess, the ancient pyramids being a power plant is just how common they are all around the world. Like they're discovering them now in Antarctica as well. Like as the ice melts, they're finding like structures. So supposedly there's structures of it on the moon, of like the craters of the moon looking like very pyramid-esque, and then the ones down in Mexico and stuff like that. That's I don't know if you've heard of the theory of like the power plant thing with I'm getting fucking lost, dude. I did not prepare the pyramid section that well. I might skip it. Okay, let's move on.
I'm gonna leave all this in, bro.
I did not prep the pyramid part.
I wasn't prepared to give me like this outlandish thing. I've just been digging into my brain, but I have no idea what I'm talking about. Here, let's talk about it.
That's literally what YouTube does to your brain. I just have so many random facts about pyramids, but know nothing.
I have one while you're looking that up. I believe that at one point there could have been it's like not a believe, but it's like a theoretical idea that there could have been a civilization that existed between dinosaurs and us because there are so many millions of years, right, that's gone in between. And that's why there's like stuff to do with the pyramids. We had technology to be able to move stuff like that in a completely different way. But we weren't as technologically advanced as we are.
Yeah.
But it existed like millions of years ago because maybe man existed, or we were inhabited at some point by something else. And yeah, it's hard to say. Like, that's like just a random theory of how all this was.
Yeah, we'll revisit this pyramid section on a future episode, but my whole gist of it was like, based on the theory if they think it's a power plant, like why couldn't they just replicate it like on a small scale, and it should theoretically work, right? Like whatever whatever hypothesis they have of like maybe it could channel energy. I just don't know why no one's made a small scale.
Delusional.
We'll skip the pyramids.
No, there's no skipping. That's a good topic, but I mean that would be my thing. Is like, yeah, if this is a supposed thing, like, why don't you miniaturize it and try and see what happens?
Yeah, I was thinking like 3D print it, and then
or just make it out of the exact same whatever, just tiny on a table.
I was like, we have all this math on the Earth. I was like, why can't we like replicate a miniature version of it, like chemically, structurally, everything about Earth, but just make it mini, and then do the pyramid thing and see what happens. Just some weird experiment. So another weird one that I was going down last night was hypnosis and the MK Ultra project. Back in the day, I guess they were experimenting with brainwashing capabilities by like feeding people a bunch of like LSD acid and performing experiments. But where the hypnosis side of it goes, I picked up on a weird thing that they were talking about where it kind of aligns very similarly to how social media is ran. So the motto, I guess, for hypnosis, at least what they're 4 things that they're trying to do to get you into like a hypnosis or a trance state is focus, authority, tribe, and emotion, or like the triggers. So for focus, it could be like on the count of 3, your shoulders are going to relax, or whatever like their spiel is.
Are you trying to hypnotize me? Right?
And then authority would be like, I'm a Dr. Figure, or like, you know, like could you, I'm not going to lie, when I watched the video and he was explaining it, I was like, wait, is he mind fucking me right now? Is this how he's getting me? The second is tribe, the feeling of belonging or community or a personality or interest you attach yourself to. And then the last trigger is emotion. So they did a lot of those triggers, I guess, during the MK project. There's a bunch of other science backed behind it I have no idea about. This is just one thing that kind of stuck out to me, because then they brought up the correlation of social media. So the same way, how do you generate that hook in the first 30 seconds of your intro? You draw the focus to something, you create authority, i.e., it doesn't even have to be like a credited authority. It's just like Mr. Beast example. I spent 100 days, blah, blah, blah. Or I took 100 people, or whatever it was.
You took how much?
I know. Next is tribe, building that sense of belonging, your community or identity you attach yourself, or personality or whatever, and then triggering emotion. So I just found it pretty interesting that the way to go viral is the exact same principles of hypnosis, which makes me think, have we been brainwashed this entire time? Which also ties back to last week's episode about the alien files is just being released. The Epstein files being released. Has all of it been just a play this whole time? And, you know, essentially the government controlling us that we don't understand yet. Or like maybe we won't understand in our lifetime because they're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. Like, I don't know. I don't really understand the question, I guess.
I don't either.
I mean,
It's
like
more
what
like,
it,
do
what
you
it-
see the
do I see the correlation?
yeah,
in it?
the
Yeah,
correlation
100%.
between the two? Yeah.
Yeah, if those are the things that are based upon how you would hypnotize somebody, I'm hypnotized when I watch
Hmm.
Cletus.
Yeah.
You know, just for an example, even Surron, I'm not like the tribe part of it isn't necessarily there, so I'm
Yeah.
easily distracted. But David Dobrik,
Mhm.
Casey Neistat,
Yeah.
Peter McKinnon, all those definitely hypnotized.
Hmm.
And it makes me like think about it when you say that. I was like, oh yeah, I'm
Mhm.
definitely hypnotized. I'm locked in,
Yeah.
but I can be easily taken out of that by
Hmm.
surroundings.
It's just kind of, I don't know. It blew my mind last night when I made the realization, like, oh wait, yeah, this does line up, because it's like once you're in this trance state, supposedly, like
Trans state.
something like that.
I'll never
Trance.
be in a trans state. Sorry.
Well,
I
Portland.
mean,
Or
I
Washington.
guess I lived in a
Yeah.
trans state.
Um,
Anyways,
once you're in that state, like all hypnosis is just making your mind like malleable and open to suggestions, and then it just sticks.
yeah, I mean that's definitely what they're doing to
Yeah,
us.
you're buying the merch, you're buying the gear.
Well, I mean, it's
affiliate
also what the
codes.
government's doing to us with
Yeah.
like what you're saying. Like it is 100% that's what's happening. I mean, but it's just like with the Epstein files, they messed up
Mhm.
because now, whereas a lot of people didn't trust the government, now I don't know if anybody trusts the government at all.
I mean, I've never really was like 100% trust, because I've always looked at it as just like, okay, there's these guidelines, there's these SOPs of how you're supposed to live. Just follow the SOPs, like.
Yeah, standard operating
Yeah.
procedures.
It's like, okay, like I go to school, and then all right, I grew up. I go to a different school. It's just like just following the natural like order of things. But now it's just kind of creepy, and then also more concerning, because it's like, how much other cooler shit could we have done for humanity, but we decided not to, because we did other projects to, I don't know, control us or to pursue other interests.
There's times I question the things that I'm into. That sounds like I'm
I
about.
was like, what?
That sounds like I'm about to say something
like,
really
are
weird, but
you-
no. Like when it comes to like motorcycles and cars and shit like that, it's like, what if I just sold the motorcycles and started getting into stocks? I think I'd be better off. But here's the thing, and this is always my thought process on this. It's like if I sold the 300, the Morph,
Mhm.
the van, and paid off, let's just say that would pay off any type of debt I had and I'd be debt free. Then what? What do I do with my time?
Probably buy another motorcycle.
Get into debt again.
Oh, I see. Okay. Just an endless cycle.
Yeah. So, like, I know that some people like look at a lot of this stuff and feel bad about it, or they look at other people and judge them about it. I know people judge me. It's like, why do I spend money on this shit? Like, don't you have other things that you should be like?
But everybody has that. I mean,
Yeah.
like ours is E-Moto or car parts, and like your neighbor might not have the same interest, but spends the same amount of resources on, I don't know, planting or just some hobby that they're into. So everybody has that. It's just different.
But that's the thing is like when I'm like, oh, if I get rid of the hobby of motorcycles and automotive, I can always come back to it, right?
Mhm.
But what do I do in the meantime? Like, what is then my next? Like, what do I do with my time?
Yeah.
Like, my YouTube and stuff I do with creation
Mhm.
has to do with that stuff. Now, okay, so I remove that part. I'm not as interesting. I don't have anything as interesting going on.
Mhm.
I'm sure I could come up with stuff. I'm sure I could figure something out.
Yeah.
But then it's like, then YouTube kind of goes away, right? And then this stuff would kind of lose interest.
Mhm.
Then it's like everything I've done to this point is kind of pointless. And getting to this point, was it pointless? Have I just wasted my life pursuing happiness in things like motorcycles and cars and stuff like that? Should I be investing my time in trips or stocks and bonds and crypto, or should I be dedicating all my time to getting healthier and going to the gym? You know, there's so many other things. Should I be just like taking that money and putting it into stocks for savings or a down payment on a house? You know, there's like these things that pop into my brain. I don't dwell on it or anything, but it's definitely things that do pop in my head when I kind of get over some stuff. I'm like, I should just get rid of these things. I barely ride them, but I enjoy them. Like when I ride it, I enjoy it. Yeah, it's fun. And it's not just, the whole reason isn't just for me. And it's weird because I care less about what people think about me. But at the same time, when I get a good or even a bad reaction from somebody about something, it makes me remember why I do it. Because I enjoy it for the love of it. And if it creates a reaction from somebody, even if it's bad, it entertains
Mission
me.
accomplished.
If it's a good thing, then that's way better, right? And it's weird because somebody can shit on it or they could say something great about it. And I'm 100% happy with either way. It's when it's not noticed or nobody kind of cares about it, which I don't care. If they don't care about it, I don't care. But it's like it loses its steam in my head, I guess, when there's nothing behind it, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I got lost on the question.
So we went to 7-Eleven earlier, and for some reason you got Pokemon cards that are sitting right here.
Well, first of all, I have never been to a gas station facility and there just happen to be Pokemon cards right on the counter. Like, I've never seen that before. So that makes me believe the e-bike gang that's out here is probably the reason why they have them. Or there's just a big, I don't know.
The e-bike gang's not over here. But last night, not to get off this subject, last night when I was meeting with Velocity Volts, I was coming back, and I saw a 79 bike and two other eMotos in the 7-Eleven hemisphere. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But, I mean, so maybe we have a gang around here and I don't even know, and I haven't been initiated, bro. Yeah. But there is definitely a lot of them in this total area. I see them, a lot of them at the gym. Yeah. So you got these. What's the story?
So here, I'm sure you guys are aware if you have kids or social media. Apparently, some of these cards are worth a lot of money. So I figured, when in Rome and there's Pokemon cards right next to us, I figured we pick some up and we open a pack.
Do you know how to do the cards
I don't know anything.
Should look it up and see how many the proper way to open a Pokemon pack. I think it's 3 to the back. And I'm not even a Pokemon guy. I've just watched a bunch of like Pokemon pack rips and stuff like that from like Logan Paul. I think it's interesting when there's like crazy money on the line, like when he auctioned off of his Pikachu illustrator.
It says, step 1, loosen the seam.
Yeah, carefully tear it.
And then pull and slide. Pinch the back flap with one hand and use your thumb to push the top foil. Then slide out the cards. Turn the opened pack upside down and carefully slide the cards out into your hand. And then it says, doing the pack trick. To preserve the surprise of pulling a rare card, rearrange the cards before flipping through them. Keep the cards facing down, artwork away from you so you don't spoil the hits. The number of cards you move to the front depends on the era of the set.
I'll find out this era.
What does this say?
It's anywhere from like 2 to 3 cards, I think.
Is it like Rapid Strike? Is that what it is?
Are you on Google?
Yeah.
Take a photo of it in the Google side of it. Pokemon trading card game. Contains 25 cards. 1 foil guaranteed. Look for randomly inserted ultra rares. And here's the back. Drop in the comments. Are these worth anything, or
Yeah.
did Vincent spend $25 on nothing? Hopefully you get at least your money back.
I doubt it. I don't know how this. I don't know what series this is. Should we just do 1 to the back or 2 to the back?
Let's go like 2 or 3 to the
Okay.
back.
So I do have the TCG app, so we can see.
You have an app about it. You don't know how to open these
Dude,
things, right?
it's been a while.
So are we each opening one?
Oh yeah. Let's see what we get.
So, is there 2 packs or just 1? Oh, it's way
know.
different. What the hell?
What is this?
Okay, so don't look at them. Flip it
Whoa.
over and take your cards.
I wanted the foil, bro.
Yeah, same. What the hell?
What is this?
All right.
All right,
Make sure your cameras.
How did you?
Your,
Okay. Like
yeah, I
this.
just turned it over, and then I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3, and put them in the front. Hopefully it's 3.
These even feel different.
These feel like poker cards.
A little bit, yeah.
They don't feel like regular cards. Okay, so now let's
Alright.
flip them over.
You flip them.
And then how are we going to do this to where we can see? I guess we'll just do it like this. And then if we get something. So we got hammer in, waves. Actually, let's let you do it. And you just announce what they are. And then I'll do mine.
Should we? Damn, I don't even know half the names of these things.
You don't have to actually.
uh,
I would just put them down. You don't even have to. If something
Yeah.
stands out that looks cool, say
Alright,
it.
let's
Oh
see.
wait. Hold on.
You want to battle?
Okay. No. Okay. Without looking, go to the 4th card. That's in the front. In the front. No, that's the back.
Without. Oh, like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Count 4 cards without looking at it.
Okay.
So I think it's the 4th card.
Okay.
And take that 4th card and put it in the back
Okay.
because that's a hollow. At least I'm trying to
don't know.
check without
I don't
spoiling it for you, but I found the hollow without. It was an accident.
Mine was
Okay.
all the way in the back.
So if you peek at the corner of the last card, is it holographic looking?
No.
No. Peek at the edges. We suck at this.
Dude, fuck fire. Let's just,
Peek at the edges until you see like something that has a glimmer to it. It's probably in the front.
no.
It's probably like the 1st or 2nd card, my guess.
Nope.
You don't see any?
It's in there because I saw it when we first opened.
Try not to bend them.
You're right.
Here, let me do it. Here, let me swap me. I already have it all fixed. I'm not.
Here, fuck. Here,
Worried about
Let's
it.
just put him down. We'll just go.
No, here. You take that one. You show them. I'll find the hollow. Oh, it is already in the back.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all right. I think it is. Let me look. I want you to get the surprise. I don't know.
This is our first time, guys. First time pack
Alright.
ripping.
Cool. Go for it.
All right, we got a hippo pow down. Got a
You don't have to go through every
tentacruel.
name. Just kind of go through, and if you see something
Oh,
cool
dude,
or
a
popular,
Psyduck. That's sick. We'll put that to the side.
show the
Oh,
camera,
yeah,
bro.
you're right. Got a little Psyduck, little OG. Energy. We got a Shauna.
Don't bend them.
Oh, yeah. We got a Hop. A Bug Catcher. A Cook. A Sunkern.
You need to speed this up.
I know.
bro.
That's what I was like. All right, Sunflora. I don't know. This looks interesting.
What is it?
Hecacross. Phantump. Groki. All right, we're speed running, dude. We're going to the hollow. A Fungus. related to the anus? Cum tree. God damn it!
Cumby.
All right, we're gonna skip to the end. See these other ones actually.
This looks like something. What's that?
Hitmonchan. I feel like this should be a hollow. But we got a Swiftry? I'm not familiar with these.
That's the hollow, right? That's the hollow, right?
It is.
Okay.
Swiftry.
All right. I'm going to just do it like I see it. Wait. Pontia. Punk helmet. Dawn. Blowtorch. Jumbo ice cream. Energy. Energy. Smoldering scales.
Okay.
Volcarnia. I'm too old for this, dude. Tedesco. Actually, I'm not. Minikyo something. I don't know.
Mushi.
I don't know. More stuff I don't know. Mastiff. Regice. Green Dent. Oinkling. Skolvania. Torkal.
Torque?
Torque?
E-Ride?
Yeah. No, Torque. Bearder Pontia. Another one. And your hollow is Todiscool. Spray fluid.
Is it a... Oh, it's a plant. Okay, so let's do a quick check. What are these bad boys worth? What are your guesses?
Pennies.
All right, let's go.
Don't worry, guys. We're not going to do this every single time.
No, it's not. This is just a random. All right, let's see. 21 cents.
Told you. That one's going to be like 16 cents.
Let's see.
Or less. No, I'm going to say, yeah, let's just go with 17 cents.
13 cents.
Oh, I knew it was low,
Yep.
but it was even lower.
So
That was worth 25 bucks.
I mean, technically, the podcast is profitable now.
Hey
13
guys,
cents.
can you just make sure you subscribe to
Yeah,
Vincent, bro?
definitely.
He needs he's actually monetized. I'm not, so
We need
at
the
least
ad
give
revenue.
give him a view or two.
We'll
Also
sign.
tell him he needs to post some clips on his channel of the podcast so he gets some more revenue
Yeah.
for himself.
We'll sign each one of these and send them out.
No, well you can. If you need me to sign one, I can. But
This is bullshit, though, dude.
I have a bone to pick with you.
What's that? Roof woof.
You haven't been posting, bro.
Yeah. I
You
know.
said you said you're thinking about doing 30 days in a row. You haven't barely even. I don't even know if you've posted
I have.
in
I
30
have.
days.
I have posted in 21 days. It's my last upload.
Bro. Maybe is that what you meant? You meant I'm looking at not posting for 30 days. We just misunderstood.
Yeah,
You just
the challenge was
jumbled your
backwards.
words.
Yeah,
the challenge
was
is to
backwards.
not post for 30 days. What
No.
the?
I'm getting back on it. I've got some ideas in the tank already. Some footage that we already shot. I won't tease it too much yet.
Okay.
A couple drag races happened. The 30 days is still on the market. I want to get my new action cam, depending on which 3 I'm going to pick up. That's pretty much going to kickstart that idea.
That's still in like 3 weeks, probably.
It's 21 days. Lines up perfectly.
So 21 more days till you're going to post?
It's going to be probably next week by the time this video goes live. Not
That-
this live.
That's in like 21 days from now. I won't be able to edit this till probably next weekend.
My video should be for the Altis before this one. Hopefully.
All right. If you do not see a video from Vincent and you see this podcast first,
Comment big gulp.
go and give him hell and
Yeah.
tell him if he doesn't make a video that you're going to unsubscribe.
Yeah, go spam my
But
last
don't
video.
actually unsubscribe.
Spam my last video, and then spam the one that comes out right after that.
Yeah. I didn't post this week because I've been too busy with other things. I did post, but I posted on Soda Films, so go and check that out. It's just youtube.com/SODEFFILMS. Also, why don't you have a URL?
For YouTube?
Yeah, you don't.
I thought it just automatically makes it for you.
No, you have to make it yourself. You got to go into settings. I
Oh.
tried to put it in, and it went to nothing.
No shit.
So make sure you
Okay,
make sure
I'll
you edit
change that.
So check out. Make sure you put in Vincent Paul Rides at the end of YouTube, and if that's not done, go ahead and comment. Be like, "Why doesn't your URL work, bro?"
I wonder if I should do VPR just to make it easier.
I would just do Vincent Paul Rides because that's what it is on everything.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because
Yeah.
then you don't have to be like,
Cross.
but on YouTube,
yeah.
you know,
yeah.
because your channel's Vincent Paul Rides, right?
Mhm.
So, yeah. Also, I need to work on our logo. That's just temporary, as I noted in the videos before. But drop a comment, show us some love, show us some support. Show us oh my god, dude.
Shamalama.
Show us some support. Sorry, it's been a long day already. I already have 10,000 steps before Vincent ever even got out of bed.
I know. I did them in my dreams.
But yeah, we really appreciate this. I know that this isn't normal content for you guys, but
Something for you to disconnect from daily life.
Yeah.
Just real, unadulterated content.
yeah, it's nice to toss on a podcast and just listen to all your work or whatever. But yeah, if you get all the way to the end of this podcast, what should they put in?
I came up with the last one.
What stood out the most in this podcast? No, it's so hard to spell.
What was it?
Pokemon.
Oh.
If you got to the end of this, type in tired because that's what I am. Yeah. Other than that, thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next video.
Peace.
Where's my mic? Where's my mouse? Do you see it? I don't see
There
it.
it is.
It was there. There it is.